Hi everybody. So I wanted to share a few ways that I've been reading books a little bit more steadily here as a stay-at-home mom. I think it would apply to any busy person, so I wanted to share some of my tips and what I've been reading. The three ways that I do best with reading books are listening on my phone. So there's two ways you could do that actually. One is the Audible app, and I find it to be very helpful. You pay a fee per month, which sometimes I feel like is a little high. So I actually, was going to cancel it, and they bumped it down to like $7 for the next 3 months. So typically I think it's like 15, 16, 17 bucks a month for a book, which isn't bad because a lot of audiobooks are about 20, 30 bucks. So it's not a bad price point, but it's something, like, if your budget is, like I know around the holidays and the kids' birthdays, we're just trying to be more aware of where our money's going. So if that is your case, then perhaps check out the Overdrive app, which I've mentioned before. I really like that. You can go to your library, get a library card. If you have one, then see if your library is a part of it, and you can listen for free. The problem is you only have a week with the book, and then you can check it out again, but there might be somebody else listening to it, so you kind of have to wait. So I've listened to a few books that way, and so I can't say enough about audiobooks. I just actually saw a write-up in the newspaper about how they're kind of making a comeback, and I totally see that happening because as a teacher, I kind of frowned upon it a little bit back when I was teaching, and I feel terrible now. It's kind of like, it's not the same experience, and I will say that, reading a book versus listening to it are two different things, but sometimes you can't always sit with a book. So if you're somebody like me who is like over the news, like I can't handle the news anymore, I will watch YouTube, I might watch a cooking show, but the politics and everything, enough is enough. Like, whoa, I'd rather get sucked into a good story and have my mind like really working. And I was talking to my husband about that, and so some of these like whodunit stories that I'm getting into, like I feel like I'm sharper, and I believe that like when your brain is really being put to use, it's like it's on, so still have my blonde moments, don't get me wrong. But so a couple of really good books that I've listened to were The Girl on the Train, kind of what started it, Luckiest Girl Alive, Pretty Girls. Those three hooked me like crazy. Don't know why they all have girl in them, but is what it is. Another one that I really loved, and I just finished it, was Behind Closed Doors. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. People don't really act like this. There's no way somebody would do this. And it was just so messed up. And yeah, you couldn't stop listening to it. So I would definitely recommend that one to listen to as well. Along with the like fun reads, I guess I'd call them, even though they're kind of like thriller / what's going on, I don't know. I also try to listen to some self-improvement or leadership novels or books that you want to call it. And so my favorites lately have been How to Win Friends and Influence People, The 10 Times Rule, and Miracle Morning. I'm still working on Eat That Frog. Can't really get into it too much. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the voice. Sometimes the voice of a narrator just doesn't do it for me. But I still need to kind of chug along at that one. And I digress here. I never got into the other ways I like to read. So I listen to the books. I will read on my Kindle. My mom bought me a Kindle Fire. I just love the size of it because my iPad was too big and bulky, but my phone was too small. So the Fire is like perfect size to hold in my hand while I fall asleep. That book I'm currently reading is Firefly Lane. It's a good book. It's just not one that I can't put down. Some of these books, like The Couple Next Door, it was super fast, easy read, and I wanted to know where it was going. So that book that came and went. I would definitely recommend reading that one too. And I also love like actual hardcover books or paperback books. So sometimes you buy a book because you just want it in your hand, and this would be one, The Diamond Process, that I haven't gotten through all of it yet, but it's actually like a kind of workbook too with it that it goes along. But sometimes you just need a real book to kind of feel and turn the pages. So the one I just got from the library was The Kept Woman, and I believe that is by the author from Pretty Girls, which was, again, kind of like a messed up storyline. I'm not sure where it's going, but I just started getting into it last night. I need to go back into it. Like, I contemplated going to read that book before I made this quick little video. So just wanted to update that. So for me, I guess what I would strongly recommend, if you're somebody that loved to read and maybe you have little kids and you're just struggling, you know, getting some time in, just pick up one book. You know, go to the bookstore or go to your library, pick something up and just make it a goal, because there's something, if you're like a reader and you're passionate about books, there's something that just feels so good about finishing a book. And I don't know, like I love that feeling. And so when I started reading again, it was like a piece of me that had been gone for a little while is back. And it's not even like I'm talking to anybody about these books really, like I'll share a recommendation here or there, but you know, it's so fun because I'm home all day with the kids, and when they are playing in the other room, I don't like turning on the news, so I will put on my audiobook and listen to it. If it's inappropriate, I'll stick my earbuds in one ear so I can still hear with the other one what they're doing in the other room. But they're getting to that age where they like playing with each other, so I kind of let them do their thing as much as possible, and I'm able to listen to books. I also strongly recommend Me Before You. I really liked that. The Nest, I loved it. Some people hate it. I just felt like it was the perfect book to it just hooked me. It was easy. I liked the characters. I liked the weird storyline. It was kind of zigzagged all over, and it got me back into reading. So maybe that's why I really liked it. I listened to Teresa Giudice, however she says it, from The Real Housewives, Turning Tables. I made sure to get that one from the library because I didn't want to pay. Kind of glad I didn't pay for it. It was what you'd expect, I guess. It's kind of like Orange is the New Black, but Teresa's version. The Assistants, I listened to that over the summer. Meh, like I got through it. It didn't do anything really for me. It was kind of like, you know, this girl who was an assistant for this guy who was super rich, and she found a loophole how to like start like basically funneling money, and then whatever. It was okay. Like, didn't love it, but it was good. But I am also kind of I feel like the same way with The Girls, which I've heard a lot of great things about it, so I'm chugging along with that and listening to it when I can, but it's not like pulling at my heartstrings or like trying to figure it out. It's kind of wacky. Something about a cult. I don't know. Again, all these girls books, kind of weird. But yeah, oh, and the other one I started and haven't finished is Rich and Pretty. So if you've read any of these that I've just kind of rambled off, I'm going to post in my blog here a little bit more about it, but let me know any recommendations that you have. My phone is actually sitting on The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and I've been wanting to read that, but I picked it up over the summer, and everything going on in my life, it just didn't seem like the right time. I also have the Six of Crows, which is, I wanted to be my October read, but I haven't done it yet either. So definitely got some to be read books here, and I hope that you can maybe find one of these books that I've enjoyed and add them to your collection. So yeah, leave a comment below, let me know what you think, and have a great day.